What's going on, everyone? So just take a minute to look at it in all its glory. Seeing the Lakers top the standings as the 3 seed, sitting at 9-4, 5-game win streak. They have the Utah Jazz coming up, which if they handle the Jazz, that'll move them to 10-4, and it would only make them a full game back of the 1 seed. It would also make them basically tied with the Warriors for the, at least in the win column, for the 2 seed. Lakers' job is not finished. It's incredibly early in the season. Obviously, they're about to play their 14th game, but this is great to see, right? Because, going into this season, there's a lot of questions, a lot of how are the Lakers going to look? How are the Lakers going to start? Is this a play-in team? Is this a team that, can fight for the playoffs? Look, I said before the season began that I thought the Lakers would win 52 games, that I thought that they were more than capable of being a 52-win team, and that I thought at worst they would be, anywhere in the 4 to 5 range. But talked about, I wouldn't be surprised if they're in that, 3 to 4 range, somewhere in that regard. I don't know if they'll actually finish as the 1 seed, because I just think, teams like the Thunder, they're just so young, so athletic, right? They're the likelihood of them just staying healthy, pushing through the season, and they're a team that, it's probably in their best interest to get the 1 seed. Where a team like the Lakers, I'm not saying that they don't want the 1 seed, but it's like, okay, we're, 2 games back of the 1 seed, but if we win, our next game, then we're we're at worst the 4 seed, and we could rest LeBron James and Anthony Davis. So do we want to push for the 1 seed, or do we want to rest LeBron James and Anthony Davis and make sure they're healthy come playoff time, right? Like stuff like that, I think, be the difference. But it's also the Western Conference, and chances are it'll be a dogfight till the very end, right? It'll be, all the way till the hair of their chins before the seeding is actually locked. But regardless, got to take it a game at a time. You got to take it a step at a time. The Lakers, as I mentioned, are going to take on the Utah Jazz. Now, the Utah Jazz are not a very good basketball team, but we have seen the Lakers on numerous occasions play down to their competition. We have seen on numerous occasions the Lakers not show up the way that they should against some of these worse teams, right? And they've had a stretch where they've played these teams without their stars and all that. Utah's just a bad team, right? And this is something where you got to show up. You got to make sure you're handling your business. You cannot play around. Luckily, the Lakers are at home, where they are undefeated at home, and they have been much better at home. But just because you're playing a 3-10 team doesn't mean that they're not going to show up. Doesn't mean that they're not going to play the best to their ability, and do everything that they can to try to send you, back home with a loss. So Lakers need to make sure that they're doing what they have to do. Look, we need dominant Anthony Davis. We need dominant LeBron James. We need guys to answer the call, right? It can't just be the Anthony Davis and LeBron James show, right? We need Austin Reeves and D'Angelo Russell and, Rui Hachimura. If he's playing, he's questionable, so we'll see. At least at the time of recording this video, maybe we've gotten the answer whether he's playing or not, but he is supposed to be questionable. Cam Reddish is expected to be back, right? We need these guys to pick it up. We need these guys to handle their business. Now we need the bench to hopefully play better. Guys like Gabe Vincent. I really did like, the last game that the Lakers played. You saw some nice games from, or not the Pelicans game, because the Pelicans game was the one where, because I forgot that they played back-to-back. So Pelicans game was not their best game. It was the Spurs game was the one where Gabe Vincent actually showed up and played well. Same thing with Max Christie. I think that was the game where Max Christie had 11 points. And it was like that's what we need, right? Where D'Lo, Gabe Vincent, Max Christie, everybody's contributing. Connect had a good game that game. Reeves, I think, had 19. That was the LeBron James triple-double. Davis, that was the game he had 40. And it was a nice team collective effort, right? They had 6 guys in double figures, right? That's the kind of game that you need. I want to see that kind of game from the Lakers, where it's not just LeBron James and Anthony Davis carrying the workload. There's other guys handling business and do what they're supposed to do. Because, again, just because Utah is a bad team doesn't mean that they're not going to show up. It's the Lakers. every team wants to beat the Lakers. Doesn't matter who it is, they want to beat the Lakers. But also, we'll get an opportunity to look at several of the Utah Jazz players. So, Walker Kessler, unfortunately, looks like he's going to be out, which that's a bummer because it would have been really nice to kind of get a look head-to-head with him against, Anthony Davis and just kind of see how he matches up, how he stacks up. But beyond that, you'll get to see, Jordan Clarkson. He's a guy that has been linked to the Lakers. Colin Sexton, he's a guy that has been linked to the Lakers. Outside of that, I don't really, John Collins maybe, although I don't really like his contract. But he's actually having himself a really good season. John Collins has actually been doing really well. So maybe you kind of keep an eye on John Collins, or at least kind of see what he can give you, see what he can provide, because John Collins this season is averaging just under 18 points, 8 rebounds, 2.6 assists. But his contract, I think, is the thing that's brutal. So if you look up his contract, he has $26.5 million this season, and then next season he has a player option, but he's not getting more than $26.5 million. So he's going to be making $26.5 million again next season. So you're talking 2 years of just, 26, 27 million. I don't like John Collins that much. Even if you could get a Walker Kessler, I don't know if I would. I think I'd stay away from John Collins. But also John Collins, where does he slot in? Because, granted, he is coming off the bench for the Jazz this season, if I'm not mistaken. Or most of the games he's came off the bench this season. So maybe he's a guy that'd be willing to come off the bench for the Lakers and kind of play that role. But more so, Colin Sexton and Jordan Clarkson. And like I said, it's unfortunate we're not going to get to see Walker Kessler, because I really would have loved to see Walker Kessler, which, speaking of, I don't know, who's Utah's center going to be? Right? That's kind of an interesting question. Are they going to play Lauri Markkanen at center? If that's the case, then the Lakers better. Anthony Davis is going for 50. Seriously. Right? Because not only do you have Walker Kessler out, but Taylor Hendricks, I believe, is out also. And he was playing center for them for a little bit. And I'm trying to think, who else is on that team that could play. They have, Eubanks. So maybe Eubanks is their center. They do have Filipowski. I forgot about that. They have Filipowski. So he could be kind of interesting for them. But, yeah, beyond that, right? So you're looking at Filipowski. Don't they have, they have Oscar, what is it, Tshiebwe, and then Lauri Markkanen. So I guess they have a couple guys that can maybe step up in that role. But this should be a big Anthony Davis game. This should be a game where Anthony Davis balls out and dominates. Maybe give us another 40 piece. That'd be kind of nice. And then hopefully Dalton Connect, right? Especially if Rui Hachimura is not going to play in this game. It would be great to kind of see Dalton Connect kind of continue to take strides, continue to play to the level in which we've seen him play lately. All right, he's been fantastic. His confidence is getting up. Look, I've talked about it. He's been so good. I don't think you can take him out of the starting lineup. Right? Even if Rui is healthy and right and ready to come back, I don't know if you can do that. Right? Seriously, because Dalton Connect has been fantastic for the Lakers. Right? He's not without his flaws. Don't get me wrong. There's definitely concerns about his defense and just kind of lack thereof. But at least he tries. He puts in the effort, which is all you can ask for. He'll learn and kind of get it once the season progresses. But he's just been so good. I don't think you can take him out. I think you need to stick with the young man and kind of let him play his game and see what he can provide for this team. But like I mentioned earlier, it's got to be a collective effort. It's got to be a team effort. It can't just be LeBron James, Anthony Davis doing everything. I want to see Connect chip in. I'm not saying he has to go give you 27, right? I don't need him to. It would be nice if he could do that again. Don't get me wrong. This time, go for 30. I would love to see him go for 30, but it's not really we don't necessarily need him to do that, right? If he can just even give you 12, just be double-digit scoring. Reeves, same thing. Hopefully he has a better game, because Reeves had a really rough game in that Pelicans game. D'Angelo Russell. Hopefully Gabe Vincent gives you more than just goose eggs in the point total. Hopefully Koloko kind of continues to perform, because that Pelicans game, Koloko was good. right? He in 11 minutes gave you 6 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, gave you a block and a steal. And he looked a lot more comfortable out there. Looked a lot more like he knew what his role and what his job was supposed to be, and kind of filling in, and saw him kind of slotting in and doing like the dribble handoffs and all that stuff. So that was really great to see. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, and I pass the question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Do you think that, like, hey, yeah, Dalton Connect, D'Angelo Russell, Austin Reeves, whoever's playing, they all need to step up. They all need to make sure that we're handling business, lock down, buckle down. Look, they control the 3 seed, right? You keep winning, you keep doing what you're supposed to be doing. That 3 seed is yours, and maybe even potentially the 2 or 1, right? Like, if a team like the Warriors start slipping here a little bit, you could look up and you could be in that 2 seed, and fighting for that 1 seed. So I'd love it. And we have some of these teams coming up. We have like the Thunder coming up in a couple games, right? And then, you have like Denver, who you're ahead of. Our next, after the Jazz game, you got the Magic, the Nuggets, the Suns, the Spurs, and the Thunder to round out the month. I mean, in all honesty, you need to beat all of them. At least the Nuggets, the Suns, and the Thunder. Right? Because Spurs, you're not really worried about catching you in the standings. Magic are in the Eastern Conference. So the Nuggets, the Suns, and the Thunder, you got to beat. And good thing is that the Nuggets and the Thunder are in LA, where the Lakers have been really good at home. So you have to worry about like the Suns on the road, and then the Magic game is also at home as well. But we'll see how it plays out. But again, have you feel whatever your thoughts are. Love to hear it either way. Let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me out as we enjoy these types of videos. Truly appreciate it. Not subscribe to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.